for the Ruthless Invitational Showdown. So it's scary a bit because we know that they have been pretty strong, pretty competitive ever since we started playing for the playoffs. So it's really not them. If they're not really gonna dominate. So I guess that's one of the things that people are looking forward to. I mean, the comment section is really going crazy at the moment. We can see a lot of you guys down there cheering for FaZe, for Thrives. We got also fans from Horror Esports, Bigatron. It's the same thing because you guys have been looking for Federales. I can see now fans from Sem9 and of course the Koreans.
Oh yeah. The Korean teams, speaking about them, they are keeping up to the pace. Now, what is the match point? FaZe Clan scored 160 points as of yesterday, meaning that today the match point will be 170 points. Now, I had a good look of the teams yesterday after the end of game number 6. So I would say up to Sem9, it's realistic or mathematically realistic for them to be able to meet match point after the first game. Anyone after that, like 4 Thrives, MVKE, yeah, they can, but it has to be like really, really big in round number 1. So realistically and mathematically possible, I would say Sem9, they have up to Sem9, they have the best chance.
Damicha. Yeah, that's I think that's going to be my expression for today. It means it's great. Okay. Coming off the second page, we got Horror Esports at 109 over here. Vampire Esports moving up a rank here. Same thing goes for GLU, which, by the way, also kind of really turned on their aggression. And the fans were really happy about it. Hopefully they can bring the energy back, for today. Talon Esports has been a non-mover in the overall ranking. Same thing goes for Boindonkey, RQ, and Yangon Galacticos. So I don't know exactly if they are really gonna play, or will this day still be note-taking for them?
Yeah, we're not too sure, right? Like, we'll see later on. I mean, they could be busy, they could be not, or they could be here to just push it and drive everything up today. So who knows? We'll be keeping an eye on that too. Now, we're going to start the real deal, the real business here. And our first game is going to be in Erangel. Could be anyone's game. And 10 points, the plus 10 points, 170 is the match point that will need to be aimed by all these teams. Now, what makes it slightly easier to achieve the match point? Now, in an official tournament, when we do when it's match Sunday, you add 10 points, you have 16 teams. But here you have 18 teams. So you have an extra of 8 bodies in the game that allows you the possibility to reach the match point. So that means it's a little bit easier as compared to an official tournament.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that even if it's easy, I feel like it's still gonna be explosive. Like we'll be probably scratching our heads later on because we couldn't even believe that this team actually won, or like, are they gonna be pushing through with the kind of aggression that we've seen so far coming off from the teams that are on the first page. But before we jump into our first match here, Sir Cloud, of course, we're gonna have it in the OG map of Erangel, just to give you guys, of course, an idea which of these teams are really the high performing teams when it comes to this map. So that's Red Force, there's FaZe, 4 Thrives, and of course D plus Kia. But then again, D plus Kia, as well as NS Red Force, well, they didn't really made their presence felt yesterday. So I guess that's what kinds of scares me, or like that's what's making me anxious at the moment. Because I don't know, maybe they're gonna show us their tenacity and their prowess, the things that they showed us during the playoffs, for the last day of the grand final. So I don't know. I don't know. Like we've already reached 24K live viewers per match, in the previous matches. So perhaps we can make it to 30,000 this time because again, you just know this is gonna be epic.
Yeah, so share it out there. Invite your friends to come and watch the Ruthless Invitational Showdown, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get on to game number one, of course, we have to do our due diligence. I'm going to put it with the Korean powerhouse to make a big comeback here. So let's go, D plus Kia.
Oh man, you know what? Since this is the last day, hopefully, and I'm really wishing that Sky would be the monster Sky that we all know, right? He's pretty accurate with all of the shots, so I'm just gonna go with Horror Esports still. I still believe in the purple hearts. I got a purple heart over here, so probably they're gonna give me my Irango win, for the last day.
Okay, all right. You know what? Since you always like to pick a Horror Esports as the
no, don't flex another merch.
No, don't worry. Yeah, I don't have that. Well, my point is that production could have just just put up and not instead of question mark, just automatically place a Horror Esports there for you for every first game. By default. By default, yeah. That's
going to be my tradition right now. I'm gonna put my fate first to Horror Esports in the set of matches, for the Ruthless Invitational Showdown. So that's it. It's already etched on stone. But would love for you guys to join us, for the final time. Although we're going to play 6 matches over here, so might as well play with us. Let us know down there in the comment section which of the teams you think is really going to be at the top. So just make a lot of noise down there, spam all the colors, the hearts, the flags, whatever you guys could think of. Just do not be toxic down there, okay? This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be engaging, but let's make it how to say, what's the perfect term to say, Sir Cloud?
It's supposed to be a party.
It's supposed to be a party. There you go.
Yeah. It's like one word to summarize everything, right? It's supposed to be a party. When you say party, it's like you can imagine like people having fun, people interacting, people. I don't know. You know how a party looks like, right? So it is a party here. It is the party, but how many rounds will this party last? This is the big question here today. Will it be all 6 rounds, or will it be somewhere in between?
Oh man, well, I've never casted a tournament that has a Smash rule, so I really don't know, and I guess that's what makes everyone so anxious at the moment. But hey, we have already our predictions, and I feel like, FaZe Clan, NS Red Force, Four Thrives, and even D plus Kia, they're so close to reaching that match point, so I don't know. Are they going to come out guns blazing? Are they going to have to start, with a drop clash? Or will they be passive? Will they be aggressive? I do have a lot of questions.
Well, their first objective is to reach match point. So if they score a chicken dinner like in this round, then it's a bonus, but it will also guarantee them to be in match point. But even if they don't, as long as they do just enough to reach match point, that's cool. And then they have to score the chicken dinner, and then everything locks in. So maybe they might be calculating like, okay, you know what? We don't need to over push stuff as long as we're able to gain X amount of placements, X amount of eliminations will be okay, and then we think about how we're going to score the match, score the Smash rule.
I do wonder if Manparang is still going to show up, for today and the rest of Sen 9. They have been super aggressive, and they have been collecting a lot of points and chicken dinners as well. 3 chicken dinners in a day is not really a joke. It's hard to even get an elimination point considering just how high of a caliber of teams that we have in this specific lobby. So I do wonder if Manparang will still continue to dominate. Contra has been saying yesterday that he actually retired from the competitive scene, and he was so surprised to see Manparang actually play. And so probably all of those fans from Sem9 community as well, thinking that what is this guy doing? Even if he retired, he still dominates.
Yeah, I'll just keep the illusion that it's him playing. Ooh!
Oh man,
Whoa!
controversial.
Yeah, he has left the competitive scene for quite a while, and he's been doing some other work for Sem9. If any one of you were to have been to offline events, you probably see him around, and you probably know what I'm talking about. But he could be taking up a new role with Sem9 in the upcoming season. Ooh, okay, so much. Anyway, yeah.
Why are you dropping a lot of bombs here?
Yeah, that's what happens if you had supper with the general manager of Sem9. Anyway, let's head on to Erangel.
All right, here we go. You have been waiting since this morning to start the last day of the Grand Finals. Of course, we're going to kick things off in the OG map of Erangel. Will we see another alterations in terms of the strategy and tactics coming from the teams over here? Will we see other drop spots as well? Which teams are going to have those clashes at the beginning of the match? Well, we are about to find out because we can already see the flight path, and this time it's northbound.
We're gonna have a okay flight path, I must say. A lot of teams are able to reach their regular drop spots. But whether we'll see early fights or not. Okay, a lot of teams actually dropping fairly early. Yangon Galacticos, they seem to be heading to Novo. And it's not the first time that they head to Novo. And if they do go there this round, they're going to meet with Team Secret. So that's going to be an early fight there. Vampire Esports, they're not heading to Primos. They are switching their drop spot to the south of military base instead. So that's another change.
Oh, yeah. It was a different Erangel that we saw yesterday, Sir Cloud. There were a lot of teams that actually always drop around the military base. So, yeah, I guess it's going to be the same thing over here. But then again, D plus Key as well as NS Red Force, they have been awfully quiet, since yesterday. So let's see if they're going to show us this. And look at that! Look at the circle! This is what we want!
Well, what a interesting choice for Vampire Esports to drop there, including Talon as well, because normally they're in Yasnaya. But anyway, in Novo, we're going to see an early fight here. Team Secret and Yangon Galacticos as what we expected. Sem9 in an early fight somewhere else as well. But on screen, we're going to focus between these two teams, and it's still, we're not really a 50-50 because Myrna just got knocked.
Oh, yeah. We're not even sure if Murnau is still going to be picked up at this point. Master Smile needs to go someplace else because I believe doesn't have any weapons just yet. But he wouldn't be too far, with the rest of the team here. Although he got spotted by GK, but I think he's still going to be okay. But say Cloud, oh no! That was such a great spot coming from Frankie, immediately taking out Say Cloud.
Yeah, and Yangon Galacticos only have these two players actively left. That includes Smile. Looks like he's trying to get away. But Romeo Boy is surrounded, so I don't know how he's going to get out of this one.
But look at what Master Smile is doing. He actually climbed up top, probably just to rescue Murnau Boy. But GK is already there. He anticipated this move from Yangon Galacticos, and now Master Smile is pretty low in HP over here, badly injured, but he was able to recuperate, and now he's cooking up a nade here, getting ready to throw up against GK, but GK, oh man, he welcomed that shot,
what?
Open arms, with open arms.
Ooh, but too bad he was not able to revive Myrna in time.
Yeah.
If only GK didn't stall for time, then he would have got a Myrna. But anyway, now the two players of Team Secret rushing in is going to be Zhang and Zerus, while RRQ coming by the right side bridge into the area of Novo, and they will be guarding these teams from the outside.
Oh, we are definitely going to see a lot of fireworks display momentarily just because of this circle. I mean, it's really an exciting and a brutal one, which we love because it's well, the fight's definitely gonna happen here down south. And you know what? What a shot coming from RQ as well. Putting down again another member from Yangon Galactica. So Team Secret is getting a little bit of help, from RQ.
And RRQ, now that they have kind of helped Team Secret, they're going to claim their dues. Now they're rushing into the building where the players of Team Secret are at. 4v3, they have the numbers. Here comes the DPS by Asa. Oh, blinded. Oh. And Zerus took advantage of that, but they countered back. It's Asa getting Frankie. Asa back to back.
That was such a great jump shot as well, followed by a spray coming from Asa. And this is what we want to see coming from RQ as well. Man, they've already turned on their aggression, so this is going to be even more exciting. Although, obviously, both of the teams need a little reset to happen. I mean, Master Smash still knocked down on the ground here, but I feel like he's so far away from Romeo Boy, so that pickup definitely will not be happening. And Romeo Boy, I feel like he is going to try and find himself maybe a boat or something to maybe go to another location here just to be safe and maybe focus on getting to the last stages of this match, but could be hard to pull off because Arc is already on their way to hunt him down.
And are they going to go all in? Okay, yeah, they will. They're pushed at least to the border of the circle. So where is Romeo Boy going to go now? Even if he tries to rotate all the way down south and try to exit, but there's someone waiting for him there. It's Gen Force. So he's pretty much surrounded.
Ooh.
But we got to see what's happening elsewhere. Oh, Yuhai got chips from D+. Interesting. This is happening on the right side bridge.
Strong start again from the boys of Sem9. I mean, that's 3 points in the bag, and now they're challenging up D+. This time, Byron goes in for the attack. It's a 2v1. Oh, okay, but Chips was able to counter. Unfortunately, yeah, he gets tagged by, I believe that wasn't you. I believe that was Viren that took the shot over there. But Yumeko already tries to go for the master spray up against Alsal, and Alsal needs to back away a little. Pretty low in HP, but let's see if he's gonna survive. Nope! Yumeko says no.
And Sem9 continues on their performance from yesterday. So far, so good. Locking in 4 eliminations. And with the fact that D+ now only has that one active player, and that's Fabian, for him to reach match point for the team, it's going to be a bit difficult.
Yeah. So, okay. Again, unusual play from the D+ game, but it's a good thing that Fabian is still alive, so perhaps we can see him clutch, when we get to the last few zones. But in the meantime, we're also looking at the kill feed, and we can see that D-Savers having a conflict up against BTR over here, and 25R definitely has a clear shot up against Federales. Okay, a lot of you down there in the comments section is looking for Federales, and now he is actually playing the game, so let's see if he can survive.
Well, before the show started, I saw a story that he's on the plane. I guess he landed. So, yeah, now we see him. And he will be chasing on. But think about the chase. Well, this was the chase that was bound to happen. And Romeo Boy from WX was eliminated. But the Xavier from the lower ground took up BTR. BTR becomes the second team to be eliminated this round.
D-Saver must be like, okay, Federales, welcome back. Okay, go back to the lobby. But that's a great play, though. That was a great play. Great effort as well. But, well, they did start a fight with him a little bit low on the HP, and D-Saver already gaining their momentum and, of course, the advantage as well. So we will see BTR play once again for match number 2. So chill, guys. I know we have a lot of fans of Federales down there in the comment section, so he's still safe, and we'll see him play later on. In the meantime, we're looking at Talent Esports. There's still a complete squad over here. They haven't managed to acquire any points just yet, so probably they're still waiting for the right opportunity, of course, to do just that. Timing will always be key in terms of playing PUBG. But you know what? The teams from the main peninsula, they're getting ready to get inside the military base, get inside the zone. But the zone still, with 50% of water over here.
Wow, and it's a right-sided circle of the main database island. Most of the teams, well, a lot of teams at least, are already in it. Talon, they dropped their mid database. Naturally, they will stick around there. And the force is there as well, together with Fourth Rise. And Fourth Rise, they are in between two different teams. And that includes Vampire Esports on the higher ground on the left side of the circle.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great power position for the side of Vampires. I mean, definitely there will be teams that would go for a swim here, which will definitely make them vulnerable. They couldn't even, pull off, or pull out their guns rather. So, yeah, I mean, Vampire Esports could go fishing over here. D Savior, they're at the other end of the bridge and probably just checking if it's safe for them to choose this path or like go for a swim. But perhaps I feel like they're just gonna go pass through this bridge, which they're gonna be greeted by the boys of Venice Red Force.
And Blue Squad, they're going to be greeted by Voin Donkey as they pass through the Potato Hill. But they're still quite far away, okay? I wonder how crowded the bridges are by now, because if you want to rotate late, you got to be prepared to face off maybe the bridge if that's going to be your destination. On the elimination feed, one of the players of Talon just got knocked down. Not eliminated yet, looks like it's a long range by NS Red Force. And XCY continues to monitor them. And right now trying to take that long range shot, but it's not that easy, especially with this terrain.
Yeah, those two bridges definitely will be the choke point over here. So it's going to be deadly, for the other teams, and perhaps we won't be seeing, some of them join us for stage 3 and 4. Alpha 7, obviously, they don't really have that much space, and Vampire Esports, just like how we called it out later on, or a while ago, rather, it is going to be like a huge opportunity for them to rack up a lot of points given the situation. But Alpha 7 Esports still trying to be careful over here. They're not really getting reckless, and perhaps in this position they will try to still counter. I mean, it's gonna be a struggle, it's gonna be difficult again given the circumstances, but let's see how they're gonna play this out.
I don't know how Alpha 7 is going to survive this, right? Like, you're in the water. At most, you could hide yourself until the next stage, but after that, it's going to be so difficult for Alpha 7. And speaking about the next stage, we're going to see the following stage now, stage number 3, and it's going to go away from Alpha 7. Not only them, the Vikings as well. They don't have a circle. Break is in the water.
Oh,
I don't know about their chances now.
Oh man, the tsunami of teams that will be coming from the main peninsula, and it's really gonna be a choke point, for either of the bridges over here. Coming off the kill feed, it's Voin Donkey versus E Arena at the moment, and I believe this fight is actually happening over to the east side bridge. We also got Mafioso getting knocked down by Lazarus of Vampire Esports, and just like what you said, Sir Cloud, this is really going to be difficult, for the side of Alpha 7. We don't even know if they are going to survive. I mean, Carillo obviously is yeah, he was able to recuperate, but then again, some of his members are taking in a lot of damage, so I'm not sure if they are all going to survive. Like, just how many casualties they're gonna lose here.
Oh, Levi got stickly from the side while he was loading up his nade. Now Levi's with his own nade. Sends it across where Hexas is at, and Levi's on point with his nade. And that's going to be the final player of Blue Squad eliminated by D. Xavier.
No!
Oh, Victorious, no! No! Oh, no! Oh, no, not like that!
Oh man, he lost his balance, so how is he gonna come back up? Okay, so that is the big question over there. But Yavin Torres, right now currently knocked down on the ground. E-Arena Voin Donkey still going head-to-head here. Potato just took a shot and now out of the game as well. So that's 2 points in the bag now for the side of E-Arena. Zeta, well, he is also blending out, so I'm not exactly sure how Voin Donkey is going to survive stage number 3. And as for Horror Esports, they were able to pass through the bridge here. I think they're going to be safe. They will be able to step into the zone over here, but coming off the kill feed, it's FaZe versus Sem9.
And right now, not on the elimination feed is E Arena and Void Donkey, but they do see each other. A moment from the back, waiting for Razak to come clear on his crosshair. But Razak is pretty far, so we're gonna let that one go for now. While for FaZe Clan, welcome to Military Base, the team that's currently at the #1 spot. And they managed to gain 2 elimination points so far. They are 8 points away from match point.
And Talon's been getting some points as well. But I believe Horror Esports would love to gatekeep, the boys of Point Donkey over here. And they seem to be, like getting what they want, out of the bridge here. But then again, they have to consider the fact that they're already tanking the blue here. And the longer that they wait, the longer that they extend their stay there, could be a little difficult for them to step into the zone. You're just looking at the amount of teams that will be sticking to the edge of the circle here. It will be quite a big challenge, for any other teams to step into the circle.
And that includes the teams that are still at the bridge.
Yeah.
Void Donkey and Horror Esports here on screen. Like Carillo, I guess he denied away the point he needed himself. He knew that he stood no chance against this kind of circle with their current position. But Donkey sprayed, and that's the plus guy eliminated. Number 14, no points at all, so they are not at match point.
Not yet. But FaZe is still alive though, so man. Okay, here we go. 4 tribes, 1 point in the pocket here, and they're already in the zone. Okay, up north. We are also looking at E Arena Tourney K giving himself up to the blue here. However, Horror Esports still manages to get another one. From E Arena. Mormon is still alive. Joker, however, already out of the game here. But Mormon, it's gonna be difficult for him to get through No Fear in the situation, just because No Fear has a slight advantage. Up against this last remaining player. But oh man, what did you do? Why did you run towards Mormon?
I guess it was the pressure as well, right? Like, you gotta end this quickly. Stage 4 at the bridge, maybe he was running out of healing utilities and he was just going in for it. By the end of the day, it was Mormon that wins the fight.
Oh no.
Now, Mormon needs to move in. He does have 4 first aids though, but because it's stage 4, I don't know if he can survive this one.
Oh man, I'm already thinking, like, was that the best choice for Horror Esports to actually stay over to the bridge? Or would they have, should they have prioritized getting inside the circle? But lots of questions, and we'll probably discuss that later on. But as for Talon Esports, they've been getting some damage as well. We've got Jiggle getting eliminated by Beanie and a Red Force, and that's it. End of the line for Horror.
Wow, 9 eliminations now for D Xavier, and they're in the circle. The final player of Alpha Cell is Squashpool just got eliminated. They took 1 elimination point as well. But D Xavier and their position, look at this. Levi's got a knock. Time for them to follow up, and they will crash in.
All right, here we go. D Savior. Okay, we have been waiting, It's nice to see 2504 back on the screen here, ladies and gents. Unfortunately, he took a nade coming from Falak. Oh man, Falak with his game sense. It's just top notch. And here he goes again. Another one bites the dust. Falak gets another point.
And because of that, D Xavier now only 1 active player. Looks like Falak so far so good in defending his compound. And DX4, the final player on the other side, who played the support role, he's definitely not going to follow up from here. DX4 is Lamborghini, by the way, so he will play for placements from now on. And for Araki from the side, look at the spray by Lapar. He gets 1, he gets 2 from a distance. Now he needs to manage Moment from the other side. Moment coming in, knocking him down immediately. And now it's going to be Nabeko, final player for RRQ that has to do it for the team.
That was a crazy stunt coming from Mormon. He just came from a bloody fight up against Horror Esports. He manages to get inside all by himself in the zone and still managed to get a point. 5 elimination points, however, from the side of 4 Thrives over here. Unfortunately for D Savior, even bagging 9 elimination points for this match, they also got eliminated, which brings us down to just 8 teams remaining. Vikings, right now, challenging up the boys of 4 Thrives, shutting down IQ up north. So let's see what will happen next. But for RQ, they've been getting a lot of hits here coming from Talent Esports as well, but they're down to just 2 players.
Right now, FaZe Clan and Red Force, these two teams are still in the game. They have the best chance of locking in match point by this round. So we're going to continue to monitor the situation here. But Tins is monitoring Yoru from a distance, trying to tag him. But he does have cover behind the blown up vehicle. Not easy for Tins. So Tins will continue to look at him from that high ground. While all that was happening, 4 Thrice eliminated at number 8 without 7 teams in stage 5.
Oh man. But you know what? Vikings is still a complete squad over here, so that's always an advantage. I mean, they could probably go up against NS Red Force and FaZe Clan, but NS Red Force, they're already in the middle here, Sir Cloud, holding onto this prime location. So it is going to be tough for the other teams to snatch this one away from their hands. But then again, we're talking about just how good the defense can be for the side of NS Red Force. I mean, a lot of teams will be headed towards that direction, I'm pretty sure. But Mormon, oh man, this guy's pretty unstoppable.
All right. The Starman for E-Arena on fire. But Talon, unfortunately, not as fiery. Eliminated at number 6 with 3 elimination points. Now, top 5 we have NS Red Force, FaZe Clan, both of them with a full squad. The highest potential to score the match point in this round. And Mormon, somehow, somewhere finally eliminated at number 5. But E-Arena bring home 7 elimination points together. Not that bad.
Okay, here we go. 4 elimination points for FaZe. Strong performance as well. Again, we're looking at the final 4 teams over here. FaZe, NS Red Force, Vikings, and Vampire. Okay, out of the 4, Vampire Esports, the only team that has already lost 2 of their members, so they have the least chance to score the chicken dinner for the first round. But then again, maybe they could still turn the tables up against the remaining teams over here. I mean, we've seen it happen multiple times already, so maybe we can have something like that happen for the first round. But then again, you know, Vikings really keeping a close eye onto NS Red Force. You know what? I feel like all the 3 teams are just looking at NS Red Force way.
And they have to stop NS Red Force from gaining more points. If not, they are going to meet match point. So NS Red Force and FaZe Clan, they have a target on their back. Vikings also a full team. But NS Red Force, speaking about them, they have the circle now. FaZe Clan, they don't. They have to move towards the left side, but there's plenty of space for them to play with. They can hug the southern side of the circle, come in, and they should be fine. The biggest challenge is going to be for the Vikings because they have to cross that road, but they can still rotate to the left. There's still decent amount of space for them to play.
And it's Red Force, I feel like, you know, since there's no pressure for them to leave the compound just yet, they're not going to give this up unless, you know, you're brave enough to challenge them, challenge the spot, you know, against them. But as for Vampire Esports, they're being quiet at the moment. You know, they're not really joining any engagements just yet. But as for Nongshim, all they need to do is just really be patient, you know, at this point, and just do an effective defense, you know, for this very compound, because I'm still sure that Vikings is still looking to get this out of their hands.
And the Vikings, they should be able to get into the circle safely. I mean, they have Woon T, and they will follow up on his position. Yeah, they're making this move. So stage 6 will be alright. Oh, but wait a second. Okay, Vikings, they're going to take up the challenge against NS Red Force instead.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen. And now Doxy took in a lot of damage. Now he's badly injured, down on his knees. Vikings been getting some damage as well. Superman already down on the ground. And it's Red Force, already 5 points in the bag. We're looking at TZ. Tiz just got knocked down. Oh no, this is not looking too good for the side of the Vikings. Nongshim Red Force, very effective when it comes to their defense. And they're not gonna give up this compound to the intruders, which is of course the Vikings. Final 3 teams now.
And the Vikings, only 2 players now. Brick cooking up this nade. XCY the closest target. But they got the long-range target, which is Moonty. Now it's only Break left for the Vikings. And that's Red Force. 6 elimination points right now. Looking to eliminate the final player of the Vikings here on the other side. That's going to be Break. Okay, this nade should be enough. And it came from XCY. The Vikings eliminated.
The Opus are at it again. Okay, effectively done by NS Red Force. They're definitely not gonna surrender the win, for the first match this evening. I can feel the energy burning, coming from NS Red Force, and they are ready, to go up against FaZe Clan for the chicken dinner of Erangel.
Well, let's see who will be favored by the circle as they edge closer to getting their respective chicken dinner, whether it's going to be FaZe Clan or NS Red Force. 30 more seconds before the zone will force them to move. But look at spread by FaZe Clan. They have better map control as compared to NS Red Force. And they know that NS Red Force is in the house after that commotion. Whereas for NS Red Force, they probably don't know exactly where FaZe Clan is at.
Yep, I guess we'll just have to wait. We still got 10 more seconds before we move into stage 7. Is it going to be NS Red Force or FaZe Clan? But you can see that FaZe Clan, they're already spread out. They're really going for that map control. It's a 4v4 situation. If FaZe Clan gets favored by the zone, then, oh man, it's going to be a dangerous route for NS Red Force to step into the zone. But let's see what kind of tricks they have up in their sleeves to pull up a great maneuver up against FaZe.
Oh man, no circle at all for NS Red Force. FaZe Clan knows exactly where they are. I don't know how NS Red Force is going to be able to do this one. And look at the spread by FaZe Clan. They have all different angles covered against NS Red Force. They have to make a decision in about 12 more seconds before the zone starts to close. And they're also not too far away from the blue. So the blue will be on top of them fairly quickly. They have to make quick decision now.
Yep, this is going to be an epic duel. A mano event. Here comes the spray coming from Jiwi, but was not able to take down Beanie. But whoa, a hit and run. A road rage coming from NS Red Force, and they made... They got inside the zone.
Okay, they won't go down without a fight. They crash in directly. They get 779, 771. And looks like NS Red Force might be able to do a big comeback here, but Red Bull from the side. Scooping down. Not able to get a good clear shot. And now NS Red Force, they managed to breach into the circle. And they found Red Bull. This could be a big comeback moment for NS Red Force.
Oh man. We're talking about flipping the script here, and NS Red Force could potentially do just that up against FaZe. Moments ago, it was a fair fight, 2v2. But then again, with that essential kill coming from NS Red Force, oh man, potentially they could score the first chicken dinner of the night over here. Now we're looking at a 2v1. FaZe only has Jiwi, and you can see coming up of the screen, it's a total rampage. And now Doxy, right now, picking up TZ. Oh, this is gonna be insane!
And there's no way for Jiwi to save Red Bull. It's just too far away. And then Jiwi found Beanie. There's going to be another point locked in for FaZe Clan. NS Red Force, they managed to recover their team. Jiwi got Doxy. Okay. Right. The fight's not over yet. Jiwi is here. But the shot from the left side landed onto Jiwi. And the first team to score the chicken dinner today, it is NS Red Force.
Oh, you can see the eyes coming from Nongshing Red Force. It is red. They are out for blood for the last day of the Grand Finals, match number 19, and they were able to secure that winner chicken dinner. We didn't really feel the presence of NS Red Force yesterday, but I think today is going to be a different story.
Well, with NS Red Force scoring the chicken dinner with 12 eliminations, they should be at match point.
Oh no.
Same goes for FaZe Clan. So we should have two teams locked in at match point where we'll get a confirmation soon, ladies and gentlemen. So if it is these two teams with the match point, they score the chicken dinner in the following round, we end the day.
Okay. Things are already interesting. So, I'm waiting to see the overall ranking just to check, which of the teams already qualified for that match point. And again, we're looking at just one chicken dinner, and we could, put an end to everything. But that was a great performance, a stellar performance, I can say, coming from NS Red Force. They probably had a rest in yesterday's event. But then again, we've already said this, that maybe today's is going to be a different story. So perhaps NS Red 4 is already on the way to make sure they're gonna grab that chicken dinner.
And they did. First game, first chicken dinner falls to the hands of NS Red Force. Now, besides them, of course, FaZe Clan with the second place finish, they did gain a good amount of points together with it, and they should be at match point as well. Followed by E Arena and RRQ. So RRQ, always having they've always had a topsy-turvy sort of performance throughout the entire tournament, but it's great to see them here in the top 4 teams to watch. Now it's all about consistency, because right now we don't know how many games will be played today. So teams, they have to sprint their way to as high as possible of a placement before it potentially ends early.
That is for sure. I mean, if a team really wants to get aggressive, if they really want to show up, if they really want to go get that chicken dinner, I think it's always possible. But then again, some of the teams here, their energy is really fluctuating, and you're right. You're absolutely right. RQ is definitely one of those teams. But, with this kind of gameplay coming from NS Red Force, obviously, the situation a while ago, they were at a disadvantage. They really needed to get inside the zone. FaZe Clan was already evenly spread out in the map, but still they managed to pass through them. They were able to flip the script, turn the table, so to speak, and manages to get the chicken dinner. I guess it showed just like how adaptable they are and how versatile they are as a team, and the chemistry is undeniable.
Well, it is undeniable the fact that our MVP of this match is Red Bull. 6 eliminations, 862 damage from FaZe Clan. And he's ahead of all these other teams in terms of eliminations and also damage output and also team contribution. But we also have to give credit to XCY for NS Red Force, Levi's from D Xavier, and Beanie for NS Red Force. 2 representatives from NS Red Force up here on screen. All 3 of them with 5 eliminations.
Is it still on, ladies and gents? I mean, can you guys let us know down there in the comments section if this is going to be still, the typical story that we have for Ruthless Invitational Showdown Season 11? Are the boys of D plus Kia and NS Red Force still one-upping each other? Because obviously NS Red Force was able to take that chicken dinner, so I do wonder what D plus Kia is going to do next. Okay, so 22 points for the first game over here. FaZe Clan coming in at second with 13, and then E Arena with 10. So we got 3 teams here ending with a double-digit finish. Yangon Galacticos, D plus Kia, GLU Squad, and Bigatron, well, they weren't able to score anything. Okay, let me correct myself. Yangon Galacticos did bag 1 point, so they still need to maybe work for some more elimination points in the remaining matches today.
Oh yeah, 1 point. Definitely not the most amount of points, so they need to claw back a lot more points later on. Last we checked, they were on page number 2. But before we go on to the official point count, match stats: 2 airdrops looted, even though it's a very interesting military-based circle that forced a lot of teams to rush in as early as possible. But some teams, they still have time to loot up 2 airdrops, so that's okay. 66 total eliminations, a handful of players happy eliminated by the zone, as what we expected earlier.
Oh.
But okay, thanks for the graphic here. So it is official. NS Red Force and FaZe Clan, they are now at match point. Officially right now, next game, if any of these 2 teams scores the chicken dinner, we end the day with only 2 games.
It is done, I'm telling you. But yeah, it makes me wonder, like, again, I did brought up this question a while ago, Sir Cloud, that, Horror Esports actually stayed over to the east side bridge, right? And they were hoping to get, or like they were hoping to, some points coming from E Arena. And who's that team? I'm trying to check another team, right? Marinette Boy, maybe. Okay, Yangon Galacticos. Was that Yangon Galacticos? Huh. Okay, but yeah, I'm wondering if Hora actually prioritized getting into the zone rather than staying to that bridge. Do you think that could have been like a more appropriate decision?
Well, maybe their strategy is to, like, okay, we just want to gain elimination points as much as possible.
Mhm.
But we will have an extended conversation about this and many more, ladies and gentlemen, right after the break. So do not go anywhere. We'll see you guys after this.
Step into the ring. Let's go. Step into the ring. 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 Lights out. I got feeling, but I can't shout. I got reasons, but I'm all out. No rest for the weekend. Give me what I want. Never get enough. I'm never giving up. Give me what I want. Turn on, get ready for it. Stay strong. I'm here for it. Don't stop. No rest for the weekend. Turn it up again. I lose control. Give me everything. It's what I want. Best I've ever been. I see the glow. Feel it deep within my soul.
So we've seen a lot of explosive and interesting fights, for match number 1. So we are about ready to step into match number 2, and that's going to be in Miramar. So guys, welcome back to the Ruthless Invitational Showdown Season 11 with Red Queen and Sir Cloud.
Oh yeah, and because today is Smash Sunday, two teams after the first round is now at match point. In case you guys are still wondering what is going to be the match point, it is 170 points. NS Red Force and FaZe Clan are right now, their match gain more than 170 points. So the next match will be crucial for them. Miramar is going to be our next map, and if any of those two teams scores the chicken dinner, let's just say that we still have some sunlight.
Oh yeah. Well, if you missed to witness the gameplay that just happened moments ago, so it's FaZe Clan and NS Red Force. They already qualified, for the match points. So we're just looking to see the moment that we step for match number 2 here. If they're going to secure the chicken dinner, then that would be the end of this season. It's like catching the golden snitch, sort of.
The golden snitch. Ooh. Okay, okay. I wonder if any other team will be able to catch the golden snitch, which is the match point after this round. Well, if we still have the following round, there's so many questions, right, with the smash rule implemented. But based on our top Mirama performance here, the Vikings.
Oh,
Now
snitches
they're
get
number one.
oh man, yeah. For Vikings, again, I've always been very expressive on like how I adore the performance of Wunti. I've already followed this guy, and he continues to still amaze me. And Vikings, I can see them really blending in together, and the versatility as well is top notch. And Wunti has been pretty aggressive, and pretty fast, on the triggers as well. So I never doubted that, Vikings will definitely one of the aggressive teams for this season. So let's see if the stats are going to be right at this time, since they are at the top of like the charts when it comes to the high performing teams for Miramar. So let's check it if they can actually secure a chicken dinner, or will FaZe and even NS Red Force can end this whole thing.
Well, you got to put in your prediction. So.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with Vikings.
Okay, gonna go based on stats. Okay,
Mhm.
Vikings for Red Queen. That means if Red Queen gets a right prediction, the night will still continue.
Yes, unfortunately.
Right. Oof. Let's see. I guess if I were to pick one.
Ooh.
Okay, let's end the night. FaZe Clan, let's go.
See, my mug
Ooh.
says Vietnam, so what a coincidence. Oh yeah, I'm going with Vikings. Yeah. Okay, so
Oh,
FaZe, no doubt.
fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's
Okay.
see what our experts have to say. All right, who are they going for? Are you going to go for a prediction that will end our nights, or are we going to continue the nights?
You-
Experts' prediction.
Don't you want to be with us anymore, Sir Cloud? I mean, like choosing FaZe Clan, if you get a point, well, that ends the night.
Well,
yeah, okay.
do you want the caster's answer, or do you want the real answer? Okay, D plus
answer.
Kia. Okay. They ended the day on game one without any points at all. And they were close enough to score the match point. If they had a decent round, then they would have been at match point. But because it was a 0-point round for them, which is very, very rare for D plus Kia, I don't remember the last time us seeing D plus Kia with 0 points in the round. Well, this could have been the round that they had match point, but it is what it is. And based on the stats, top Mirama performance, D plus Kia, they are there too. So our expert's prediction is it's pretty solid, I would say.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't even know what to say anymore, because again, yeah, it's the matches right now is too unpredictable to even say anything. I mean, you already called it, D plus Kia. It's rare that we see them not performing for this specific tournament. So I'm just waiting for them to really step on the gas over here. Because I know that the moment that they do, there's no doubt, I mean, it's such a huge possibility for D plus Kia to turn the tides over here. So far, NS Red Force and FaZe, two teams that has a chance to really end our night. But let's see if there will be other teams that, would love to extend our evening.
Well, we will be extending our round here to round number 2. It's going to be Mirama as we head on to it. And we're going to start our flight path from the southern side, passing by Lost Learners, a city that has been a hunting ground for a lot of teams before this. We're going to end our flight in Terra Bronca, so teams would like to drop on the left side, especially El Pozo, that naturally houses both Alpha 7 and also D Xavier. It's quite far away from the flight path, but that also means that teams like D Xavier, who's flexible with their drop spot, might drop into Lost Learners time.
Yep, and we can see that Tins is actually still the the man with a plan over here. He still has the title of like the most elimination points, although we got XZY and Nobu coming in at just right behind him. So we've only done, first match for today, so that still can change if we can continue on playing. But we're looking at the flight path, and obviously, the teams are already prepping up as well, getting ready to head on towards their favorite drop spots here. We got E Arena already down on the ground. Same thing goes with D Savior and Vikings. So perhaps we can see them have like a go at it, since they're all down there in Los Leones, one of the big areas that we have for this map. RQ already headed to Puerto Paraíso as well, but the initial circle, okay, so it favored the west side of the map over here. So we got Monte Nuevo, El Pozo, San Martin, and even Power Grid, Chumacera already down there.
Yeah, and Circle is going to go the other side, centered around Power Grid. That's the regular drop spot for BTR, so they'll be happy that this circle is there. Vampire Esports also starting within the circle. Now, inside Los Leones, what I noticed is that, as expected, because the flight path is on top of it, we see multiple teams there, including D Xavier. We also have E Arena and the Vikings on the south of Los Leones. So Los Leones housing 3 different teams, and it's common. You can house 3 different teams in a city like Los Leones, but whether it will be a truce or not, it will depend on the teams themselves.
Well, as for FaZe, since they're already at the second place in the leaderboard, they could have a chance to go up against NS Red Force because both of the teams are down there in San Martin. So it's going to be interesting. They're so close to one another, top 1 and 2 in the overall ranking. So perhaps we can see them battle it out, for now. But as for BTR, they're also close with NS Red Force, but they're on the move. So perhaps they're still deciding where to head. Probably they might go to El Pozo, or like maybe just spread out all over the map here just to make sure that they get everything, their backpacks. So let's just wait it out. But as for E Arena, again, a portion of Los Leones already included in the zone, so they have a slight advantage, I can say, up against the Savior and Vikings, because they could do a gatekeeping over here.
But so far, nobody is absolutely gatekeeping anyone yet, and that includes the teams inside of Los Leones. As on screen, we see the 2 players of the Vikings here. Now, we're not too sure where the other 2 players of Vikings are at, but as the observers switch over, Superman is on the outside of Los Leones on the right, so he could be given the mission to find a vehicle, grab it, and come and pick up the other teammates, and then move to another location. Because on the north, I believe they would have done their homework anyway, so they would know that, okay, D Xavier should be somewhere about there, so that's not the route that they want to take.
Some car skills there coming from Nobu. Okay, the way that he drifted that buggy is outstanding. Looking at the possible clashes that we can have so far for this round, I mean, Horror Esports is close to Yangon Galacticos over down south. They're close to Talon as well. I mean, Talon is currently in Chumacera area, so perhaps both of the teams can head towards that direction if they're looking for some sort of security, or even like maybe a compound that they can stay in at the moment while waiting for the circle to shrink. But yeah, it's mostly rotations and lootings that's currently happening for stage 1 here in Miramar.
Yeah, big map, stage 1, it's a common thing. Looks like we're not going to see an early clash. Okay. Any other potential early clashes here? Besides the whole Lost Learners, I guess we see a movement here by Vampire Esports. Somewhere in the middle of the circle, they're heading towards Fourth Rise. Hora Esports heading the same direction as well, but they don't really need to commit into Fourth Rise. I mean, it's still stage number 1. The circle is big. They can take refuge in some of the houses or some of the compounds in the middle of the circle, so that's still okay. But our 2 suspects, NS Red Force, they are in the circle. FaZe Clan, they're in as well. So now they are in a okay position. Okay, so I just want to point out as well, the trend for Smash Rule, right? If a team that has achieved match point, normally they will start to play passive, because it doesn't matter how many points they collect in this round. All they are looking for is for the chicken dinner. So they will play passive for the first few stages. They will show up at the later stages to try to lock in the chicken dinner.
Yeah, I feel like since FaZe and as Red Force, they're so close at, like ending the tournament and maybe even ending at the top here, I don't think they're gonna do anything reckless, at this point. So let's just really wait it out. Since the circle is still really big, so I don't think anyone is still, like already in the mood to get into any fights. I mean, it's too early to lose some members, so I think no team would want to risk just that. I mean, everyone is really just driving around, scouting the area, checking which locations would be the best for them to stay at the moment. But for Thrives and Horror Esports, so close to one another as well. I mean, I did see Horror being close to Yangon Galacticus, but it seems to me like Yangon Galacticus just stayed at the edge of the circle here over down south. So Horror obviously moved a little towards the circle, so maybe that's why Horror is close to some of the teams also that chose to settle in that particular spot. But as for Fourth Thrives, they're already in position as well. Some of them holding onto a high ground, which is of course perfect if you can keep a very good vantage point. But we've got IQ over here. Okay, and I don't even know if Horror Esports is aware of the fact that there's already a team here that could potentially shut them down.
Well, soon they might know, but Ike's playing it a bit safe. Is he sleepy, but he's not pulling the trigger? The trigger discipline shown by IQ. Okay, so he's not going to do it because if you gotta think about it, like his teammates are all the way down there. If he gets knocked, that's it. Like there's no way for him to be saved. So I guess he's just playing the scouting role or just keeping an eye on the Horror Esports. Unless his teammates can get a knock, maybe on the Sleepy, then he'll pull the trigger. But Jiggle is getting closer. He has to pull it now.
Oh no, Jiggle doesn't know that IQ is just right in front of him and waiting, patiently waiting for that right opportunity. The trigger discipline is outstanding, so we'll just have to wait. Okay, so XZY, that's the end of the line here. Mafioso also got the first blood, by the way, from this round, but it was Cordelio that manages to bag the point. We'll probably confirm that later on, but in the meantime, we're back into Fourth Thrives over here. And we do hear a lot of gunshots, but I'm not sure if those gunshots are coming from Fourth Thrives as well or Vampires. But Vampires, we can see on the screen, already on the move, probably will be greeted by the boys of BTR. So perhaps it is Horror Esports as well and Fourth Thrives going head to head.
That's a hardship circle towards the right, closer to St. Martin. Blue Squad sees FaZe Clan. Okay, FaZe Clan, the key team to be stopped by other teams, but not able to get a knock. That's fine. We're back on the Fourth Thrives and also Horror Esports. Horror Esports no longer interested in this area since the circle hard shifted towards the right. And they're going to make a big rotation towards the left and maybe from the north back in the circle.
Yep. Obviously, they don't want to make the same mistake that they did, in Erangel a while ago. Unfortunately, Yangon Galacticus found Sky and sent him back to the lobby, which brings us down to only 3 players left for the side of Horror Esports. And as Red Force having an exchange as well, up against Alpha 7, somewhere out there. Now we can see on the screen, Beanie down on the ground here. TZ is the only active member left for Anna's Red Force.
Oh, but they fight back. They fight back though. Mafioso, final player for Alpha 7. And TZ became the hero to finish off Alpha 7. But heavy casualty on their side. TZ is able to save Beanie, but they'll be playing the rest of the round without Doxy and XCY while they try to score the chicken dinner.
Easy teasy, says TZ of Beanie. Ah, that rhymes. Anyway, from the kill feed, man, it's D-Savior versus Talon Esports. Some part of Miramar. Also, we got Team Secret versus E-Arena, but we're looking at D-Savior at the moment, and 2504 was able to get one under his belt. Oh no, BTR taking in a lot of damage as well, coming off the kill feed. But let's check what's going to happen to 456 at the moment. Oh, he will not be picked up because he well, he's already out of the game here, and Team Secret now was able to get 3 points under their belt, so they are looking good, and they're having a great start for this round.
But let's see between Vampire Esports and BTR who's going to get the better start here in Power Grid. As a BTR, Kyurem is kind of low, but he should be able to heal up back to 80%. Racy takes a lot of damage as well. Federales comes in from the other side onto Ventores. Try to surprise Ventores, but Ventores is ready for it. Kyurem by himself with Astro K, 50% of health, rushes in forward, turns back, and shrubs from the other side. Backstab, Federales eliminated by Mela at the same time. And BTR, they're falling apart to the hands of Vampire Esports. Now only Bumblebee left.
Okay, well, Pedrales is back, but must be struggling a bit. Maybe he's still trying to get his rhythm down since this is the first time that we've seen him play for the Ruthless Invitational Showdown. But it's, not looking too good for the side of Fourth Thrive since they've been getting a lot of damage as well, coming from Vampire Esports, and that's already 3 points in the pocket for Vampire. Seem to be dominating. Falak is still currently down on the ground, bleeding in the open. We can see Ventores cooking up a nade here to seal the deal. Can he be on point with the nade? Oh, Falak took a lot of hit over there. Badly injured. Getting picked up by T24 at the moment, but Miola already making a move. So this is going to be a 1v1 clash, and Miola wins the fight.
Wow, Vampire Esports eliminated 2 different teams back to back. Might be looking to eliminate the final player of BTR. Bumblebee being rushed in by Mela. Wow, okay, that's something from the action movie there by Mela. Flying car, flipped over, shoots at the same time. Wow, Mela, that's definitely some driving skills there.
Too fast, too serious? But yeah. Jiggle, however, also got a lot of damage, and not exactly sure if he's been taken out. I guess, yeah. So Horror Esports, 2 casualties on their side. So not exactly sure how they're gonna last up until the last zones that we have so far from this match. But we got RQ at the moment versus D-Saver. Lamborghini got knocked down on the ground by La Par, and we can see RQ taking some damage as well, coming from up top. But that's coming from, I believe, Team Secret.
Okay, yeah. Okay. It was Zerus, and he will finish off Stickley. But we have a lot more teams on the southern side. But on screen, we have Baseland. A match point now going up against GLU Squad, and they have the inner side circle and advantage for FaZe Clan. On the south, D-Xavier once again into the circle, but they have to deal with RRQ first. Nade lobbed across by Pyrogen, but 2 nades as a counter. Both of them will not hit on the Pyrogen. Instead, he will focus on to trying to save a 2504. He's bleeding out at this moment. Pyrogen with another nade before he goes in for the save.
RQ went for the push. Oh man, Lapar. Okay. Well, he was able to do the job, sealing the deal, getting the points, and also eliminating the rest of the team there. D-Savior is already out, I believe. D plus Key also. Oh, he was able to, yeah. I mean, Superman was able to take him down, and I don't think he's going to be surviving that one. Red Bull from FaZe on his knees at the moment. We're looking at D plus Kia over here versus 7-9, if I'm not mistaken. And I really couldn't see who's currently dominating, but it seemed to me like D plus Kia must be getting a lot of points, from this exchange.
And so far, it seems so good for D plus Kia. And on screen, we have Fabian getting KF, and that's going to be another point in the pocket of D plus Kia, but they're not done yet. There's Xbox around the corner. Fabian heals up. Chips is together with him. But Voin Donkey approaches. Gachor is coming in. He does have the high ground. He will see Fabian. He gets a knockdown. He will eliminate Fabian immediately. On the left is going to be Chips. Final player of D plus Kia, and the DVS gameplay of Gachor. D plus Kia eliminated with only 4 points. They are still not at match point.
Well, you know what? For the side of Voin Donkey, since they are at the bottom of the leaderboard, I feel like they're just really causing some trouble, for the other teams here in the lobby. Which is a great thing. Voin Donkey did not let D plus Kia get to the match point. I believe, since, those teams are currently at the top spot, they do have those big targets, at their backs rather. So it's gonna be difficult, for D plus Kia perhaps, to score some more points here just to get through the match point. But anyway, the fight is not over just yet because we still got Sem9 and Vikings over here versus Voin Donkey. Razak goes for the spray, trying to eliminate Tins. Tins already tanking the blue. So it may be a difficult situation for Vikings since, Voin Donkey, I feel like they're hot on the triggers at the moment.
But the Vikings are now in hot soup. No circle. And James on the outside of the blue, knocked down, finished off by Yuhai. And Sem9 only has Yuhai left and he does not have the circle. He has to move forward with the blue, putting pressure onto him. But in front of him, it's going to be Superman waiting for Yuhai. Scoping down with 4 times scope and then 4. Yuhai escapes.
Okay, here we go. Superman is the only player remaining for the side of Vikings. Can he be super for the team? Can he still make it happen? E-Arena, however, did not make it, at the end of this round. Also empty-handed, by the way. So, again, we don't exactly know if we're going to see a match 3 happen because NS Red Force and FaZe Clan, both of the teams are still alive. But yeah, I mean, I believe NS Red Force is down to only 2 players here. In the meantime, we got Sleepy from Horror Esports getting a lot of damage from Vampire, and just look at the amount of points, for the Vampire. 8 elimination points, so that is a lot.
8 eliminations already for Vampire? That was after winning 2 different fights back-to-back at Power Grid. And Vampire, they're looking to seal more eliminations. Targeting on the Sleepy. Horror Esports behind that vehicle. The volley will not hit though. The Sleepy is not forced to move. He's still alright. The last 2 players of Horror Esports will need to hold on. We shift our attention to the southern side. RRQ, 2 players left. Among 2 different teams down south, including Talon and Team Secret. But the next team to be eliminated is the Vikings.
Here we go. Again, we can hear a lot of gunshots happen. Team Secret right now versus RRQ. Coming off the kill, it's Yangon and Vampire Esports settling their conflicts. Asah, are you about to be annihilated? No, he was able to get some damage, but it's not over till it's over. GK trying to get close, but great shot with that molly, but it was GK. Was that GK? Yeah, GK was the one who bagged the point. 8 points now for the team.
And GK himself is dominating. We're back onto Talon. No fear in between Vampire Esports and Talon and Young Galacticos as well. 3 different teams around No Fear. And all of these teams, they don't have the circle. The circle shifted towards the right side again. FaZe Clan is in the circle, but one of their players is bleeding out. Anyway, right now, from the point of view of Safe Cloud and Young Galacticos, they lock in another elimination point. Make that 2. Vin Torres from Vampire Esports knocked down. And Vampire Esports, 1 active player left. Young Galacticos, they're still well spread out on the left side of the circle. So they have a good positioning against Vampire Esports. Mela on the way to save his teammate.
Yep. But the healing, the resetting for Vampire Esports, they have to do it fast because Young Galacticos is still out for blood over here. No Fear still survives, and if you guys would want to know about FaZe Clan's situation, they're close to Team Secret, so I believe Shopper and Dewey together at the edge of the zone here could probably go up against Frankie and Zerus of Team Secret. Zerus already knocked down on the ground here. Dewey on screen, could get a nade here, try and seal the deal. Tran coming up from behind. Miola got shut down by Say Cloud of Yangon Galacticas. Red Bull, however, got shut down by Frankie as well.
Mr. MVP needs to be picked up, but before that, they have to win this fight. Dewey knocked down.
Oh!
And actually Chopper for FaZe Clan. Chopper, he's pretty far though. I don't know if he can actually save his teammates at Team Secret. Now running all over FaZe Clan. And Chopper, he has to play this very, very safe, but his position is compromised. He has to get away.
No, can he escape though? Okay. Of course, the enemies is just right up behind him, and we are witnessing some sort of car chase happen, like from the movies that we watch. Horror Esports already got eliminated with only 1 point in the bag here, and now we're down to 8 teams rounds remaining. At stage 5, we can see JK is just really doing a massive spray here. But unfortunately, for FaZe, man, they're really getting a lot, from all the other surrounding teams. But Chopper seems to have made it in the middle of the zone.
And he got a bit of assistance from NS Red Force with Beanie knocking down a player of Team Secret. And for NS Red Force, they're playing somewhere in the middle of the circle. On the left side of the circle, it's still crowded with Young Radicals here. Yuhai getting away as quickly as possible, as further away as possible from Young Radicals. But they left Ventoris behind.
Man, competition is already tied. I feel like NS and FaZe, they also have like a big targets on their backs. Everyone is just really trying to gun them down. Back on the action over here, Vampire Esports just got deleted from this game with 8 elimination points in the bag, so I can still say it's a solid performance coming from the team. Now, we are only looking at 6 teams remaining, and it's Red Force down to 2 members, but they are holding on to a compound up north. So, I mean, if you're going to compare the situation against a FaZe, I think that NS Red Force still has this sort of chance to still bag that chicken dinner. Shepard, he needs to maybe just keep quiet, up until we probably reach stage 8.
We are edging closer and closer to a potential chicken dinner for our top 2 teams. 6 teams left right now on this map. And that includes Void Donkey. Right in front of him is going to be NS Red Force. Void Donkey, no circle. But if I were them, I would have focused on the NS Red Force first. I would focus onto Young Radicals as they try to get into the circle. Young Radicals now playing on the inner side. They will block Void Donkey from coming in.
They're gonna man the west side of the zone here. Potentially assume they can assume points here up against Void Donkey, but let's see. Obviously Void Donkey still trying to step inside the zone by brute force over here. Up against Yangon Galacticus. We can see Razak down on the with the smoke over here. Gakor, well, he did get a little bit of damage, but he is still alive and could still potentially knock down any player coming from Yangon Galacticus. As we can see, Void Donkey already getting into position over here. Obviously going for that massive counter as well. Saycloud cooking up a nade here, throwing up against Yangon. Well, let's see what the trade-off would look like.
Oh, the trade-off could come from the side. Gator gets Saycloud. Saycloud nades back Zeta. Okay. It's still a 50-50 fight here between Void Donkey and Yangon Galacticos. Saycloud being picked up by Romeo Boy. Smart gun down by Razak. Romeo Boy, he needs to find that time and space. He's cooking up his own nade right now, while Void Donkey currently dominating with 5 eliminations. But this nade could take them all out, and Romeo Boy will save Saycloud.
I feel like Yangon got a little bit of help, coming from the side of Talon Esports, but it's not over till it's over. We still got Gakor over here, and he was able to get someone from Yangon Galacticus. Romeo Boy, heavily injured at this point, is trying to heal himself up, but Gakor already on his way to get that point. This is going to be a dance-off between Romeo and Gakor.
And 1v1. But there are also other teams around the corner, so they have to be extra aware of their surrounding. But here comes the nade. Oh, and overshot. So Romeo doesn't know they got choice behind this vehicle.
He's holding on to a molly over here. And you know what? Right up behind him are the players of NS Red Force. I mean, if we were able to see the kill feed, I believe NS Red Force was able to shut down Zeros of Team Secret, who is by the way still outside of the zone over here. Now Gakor, I believe that was his cue to push a little forward over here, but Romeo Boy was prepared. He was holding on to a nade here, and he was able to take down Gakor in an instant, which brings us down to just 5 teams remaining. We still got Team Secret, Talon, NS Red Force with 2 players, FaZe with 1, and Yangon Galactica's Romeo Boy.
And Chopper of FaZe Clan is in the middle of the circle, while NS Red Force on the north, no circle, has to move forward. But for them to score the chicken dinner, it's going to be rather difficult. I'm sure they will find resistance here with Talon and Team Secret. Let's see what they are able to come up with as Romeo Boy on the left side of the circle, still on the outside, looking to move up north, but found out by Reboyaza, and that is Young Radicals out, number 4.
Yep, I mean, obviously Team Secret has the numbers over here compared to the rest of the teams, and now we can see that Beanie already made a move up against FaZe, and unfortunately Beanie got shut down immediately as well, but Chopper survives, but oh man, that was such a brutal nade coming from Trang of Team Secret, eliminating both FaZe and NS.
And the game will continue on after this, ladies and gentlemen. We're definitely going to see game number 3. Now it's between Team Secret and Talon. But Talon now only have one active player left. It's going to be Team Secret with a full squad. They stand a big chance of scoring this chicken dinner. Trang rushing in. But Trang, the moment he rushes, he gets knocked out by Rebel Yasa. But the rest of Team Secret drive by. And Team Secret will lock in chicken dinner number 2.
Oh man. Teams are really making it difficult, you know, for those teams that already qualified for the match point so far. So it's a great thing that Team Secret managed to step up for us and was able to secure the chicken dinner, you know, just to stall this match point, you know, from those teams that are already at the top, which is of course it's a great way, you know, it's a good news for us because that means that we are going to be continuing to extend our evening.
Yes, and with 14 eliminations, chicken dinner 24 points. Before we begin this round, Team Secret, they were at 131 points, so they are not at match point yet. But like what you said, they denied away the potential smash of point for our top 2 teams, which is NS Red Force and also FaZe Clan. And I believe that those 2 teams are still the only 2 teams at match point. So the game will continue on after this. But Team Secret, with this performance, pretty much a complete squad towards the end. I'm not sure did they lose that one play, but anyway, it's not that important for them because when they lost it to Talon. And last we checked Talon, they were at the very end, so that will not impact Team Secret that much.
You know, it's always hard, right? I mean, to make sure and to keep, you know, like a full squad up until the latter stages of the for every round, I can say. And to see teams with a complete squad, you know, at every match is I think it's they still becomes like, you know, a dangerous team to actually have a fight with. So it's interesting how Team Secret managed to get to this point with a complete squad as well, because everyone's already hot on the triggers, you know, everyone's just really excited to maybe rack up a lot of points here. Obviously the aggression is already climbing as well, so perhaps, you know, it's gonna be a thrilling match number 3 here. But before we jump into that, we're looking at Frankie and Trang here. Damage output slightly leaning towards Frankie, assist Frankie as well, but then again, these 2 guys right here are like part of just one team, so whatever the achievement of a team of a player is an achievement for the whole team.
And it's not only those 2 players, our MVP of this match also from Team Secret, it is GK. 4 eliminations and 906 damage. Looks like we're going to see a lot of Team Secret players here all over our chart.
Oh, for sure. GK. But I think, you know, when it comes to the player who is currently at the top of the charts in terms of like on the road to MVP, I still believe it's teams coming from Vikings, but then again, we'll have the confirmation later on because we still have to give props to GK, Trang, Chopper, and Miola. I mean, for this round, these are your boys, these are your top performers.
And Chopper, the final player of FaZe Clan that lasted the longest. I wouldn't say he came close to scoring the chicken dinner because he was all alone, so it was kind of difficult. But still got to give it to Chopper for holding it on as long as possible. Now, when it comes to the match leaderboard, the points collected in this round, Team Secret, 24 points. Young Radicals, 11. FaZe Clan, 10 might not matter as much for FaceTime unless if we go the distance 6 games, then it will be based on the points calculated as per usual, no changes. For NS Red Force, 8 points. They didn't score the chicken dinner, obviously, so that's why the night will continue. E-Arena and Forthrise are the only 2 teams that did not score anything in this round, so they have to bring in as many points as possible in the following because we still don't know how many games are we going to play today.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Sir Cloud. I want to see, your homeboys perform today. Honestly, I think everyone really got excited and everyone was happy with their performance yesterday. So yeah, I feel like I'm really wishing that Manparang and the rest of the gang here show us what they showed the audience yesterday. Now, coming back into the overall rankings, ladies and gents, 183. So we got Ennis and FaZe tied up at the moment in terms of their score. D plus K coming in at third with 162. Sem9 up 7. Team Secret, Vikings, the Arena 4T. Teams that are maybe potentially could still catch up, but D plus Kia, the team that's super close to the 170 point mark to qualify for the Smash Rule. Let's see if D plus Kia can accomplish that when we jump into match number 3.
And the bummer is for D plus KR, right? They had 2 opportunities to reach match point in a round, but they have not made enough yet. So they are 8 points away still from match point. Again, another opportunity for them because we did not smash it in this round. For teams on page number 2, well, there's still a lot of crawling for them to do for them to reach match point. And realistically, I don't know if we'll be able to see any teams on page number 2 to smash it today. So it's more of them trying to gain as many points as possible to end the day with we don't know how many games to be in the best placement possible for themselves.
Yeah, I feel like, teams that are part of the second page are just going to cause havoc, to the teams that are part of the first page. So let's see what's going to happen, ladies and gents. That's why you don't go away. You don't change that channel because we will be having a short break. We'll be back. Red Queen and Sir Cloud, stay tuned.
Well, the night continues on, people. Welcome back. This is the Ruthless Invitational Showdown, Season 11. And Team Secret just came off a chicken dinner. But we are still at the two teams at match point as of now. Same two teams, NS Red Force and FaZe Clan.
Yep, and there's a lot of you down there in the comment section really asking if D plus Kia can still make it. Or again, if there will be other teams that will put a stop on FaZe and NS Red Force track to make sure that other teams can still catch up. But I feel like, other teams, especially those teams that are part of the second page, I feel like they're just really going to cause a lot of trouble, for those teams at the first page, especially those teams that are already at a podium finish.
Yeah, and we saw a few stats earlier because Team Secret, they scored the chicken dinner. So I guess that kind of boosted their stats to be the top Miramar performer. Now, back to the prediction desk.
Oh, man.
Let's see if Hora Esports can also deny the chicken dinner away from our match point teams. Let's lock it in, Hora Esports.
I'm going to go with D plus Kia this time. I feel like they're going to catch up, with NS and FaZe Clan.
Okay. And if they do score the chicken dinner, or if they don't, they only need 8 points to be at match point, then yeah, that's all D plus Kia needs. They had 2 rounds, but yeah, it was quite a bummer for them. Let's see, our experts, who are they going for this round? Okay.
But we all know D plus Kia. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be extra, in the remaining matches that we still have, for today. They are not showing up just yet, for the first 2 matches that we've had so far. So perhaps the third one is the one that's gonna do just that. And as for the experts' prediction, they're going for Sem 9. I mean, no doubt. I mean, it was a strong and solid performance that happened yesterday for Sem 9, especially coming from Manparang. 3 chicken dinners, for the team. So again, it's a stellar performance. So perhaps they can do just that, to make sure that they can still catch up, or perhaps just really, really make it difficult, for FaZe, D plus Kia, and even NS Red Force to end our night.
Yeah, so solid pick there based on yesterday's performance too for Sem 9 to score it. And interesting enough that nobody picked a Sem 9 yesterday, even though they had a solid day. But yeah, it is yesterday's performance today. Obviously, it's a new day for Sem 9. So if any of our predictions scores the chicken dinner, basically we're still going to see the night continue on. So let's see what happens, because right now we're going to jump back into Miramar, and if it does continue, it's going to be Irago. But let's see what happens in this Miramar match.
You know what? We've been getting, similar flight paths ever since, when it comes to Miramar. So I'm hoping to get a more challenging flight path and even a more challenging initial circle. We've already experienced that a couple of times in Irago, where teams are forced to go for another location. We've seen a lot of mixed strategy from other teams as well. Some of them even made a drop in another area just so they could avoid conflict, to the other team. So perhaps we can experience something like that in Miramar. We can, we've always seen 3 teams drop around Los Leones, but what I do want to see is a very brutal and challenging circle.
So the circle before this was, although it looked okay, but it was rather challenging because the hardship towards the right, it ended up around Power Grid / San Martin-ish. But if you want a challenging one, maybe all the way down south to border area, or all the way to the right side, that would be rather challenging. But are we going to get those kind of circles? Let's check out Miramar.
Oh man, again, I'm looking forward if it's going to be all the same, with the fly path, with the teams here, with the teams that are dominating as well. So let's check it out. Third match this evening. After this, we're already halfway through the last day of the grand finals. perhaps we will see someone really break that smash point and grab that chicken dinner ending the night, or perhaps, we will extend up until the last match today. So again, whatever happens for today, it is still going to be quite epic and interesting.
Well, we're going to get a different flight path. That means different drops for some of these teams, especially for the Xavier. They drop based on their flight path. So before this, it was Lost Learners, but now because it's on top of El Pozo, they will drop there. But that means that they will bump into Alpha 7. They will share El Pozo with Alpha 7. And yeah, it's a confirmation that both teams are heading that direction. As for the other drops, I don't see any other potential fights based on what we have seen before this. So we're going to keep our focus and our eyes into El Pozo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, E-Arena, even D-Saver, they have been going at it, from the previous matches, but I think it's going to be a different story this time. D-Saver's close to Alpha 7 down in El Pozo, so probably that would be our first drop clash. And look at that, Sir Cloud. Let's be honest, focal point this time for the initial circle, and we do have 30% of water over here, so we got limited space. So yeah, I think the PUBG Miramar gods heard our plea.
Unless if it goes to the city of Lost Learners, then we're going to have a very drawn out fight inside the city. But if it goes to south, where the high grounds are at, on the outside of Lost Learners, then it's going to be real challenging. But now, speaking about the challenge, Lamborghini is going to put up a challenge against Alpha 7. Takes a bit of damage. He only has bandages, no first aids, as Squashbull is right in front of him now.
Squashville, man. This guy is pretty amazing as well. But you know what? So is Lamborghini. Okay, DBS, pretty the weapon. Okay, that's a dangerous weapon to have. So let's see if Lamborghini can utilize just that. But okay, so far, great maneuver coming from Lamborghini, going from second down to the first floor. Lapar right now coming from RQ. So they're having an exchange up against Talon Esports at the moment, and Dewey took a lot of hit coming from Lapar, and that's it. Dewey's already out. First blood goes to Lapar.
And that will hinder the chances of FaZe Clan to smash it in this round. But we still have NS Red Force. Before we head on to that, of course, the fight for El Pozo, D-Xavier, and Alpha 7. Both sides not wanting to let go of each other. And Squashbull, he gets creative. And Rebel, with his TPP view from the ground floor, looking at the first floor. But we're still at a standoff here between these two teams. Nobody got knocked yet. Nobody has a true real advantage yet between the two.
From the kill feed, it's Red Bull down on the ground by Asa. And that was quick. FaZe again just lost 2 of their members. Man, they're really making it hard for FaZe to top the charts here. We got Chopper back on screen here. Chopper was able to get Gen Pods and was able to seal the deal. Now we got 1 point in the bag for the side of FaZe. I'm looking for 779, 771 at the moment. I mean, obviously, Chopper needs a little bit of help dealing with the situation. RQ trying to come close to where FaZe Clan is, but yeah, Genfos being out of the way here. Can RQ close this match? But as for Carillo of Alpha 7, I don't think he's gonna be surviving. Yeah, it looks like they're down to just 3 of the members, and I'm just checking the status for the Savior. I mean, who is winning the fight so far? I believe that would be Alpha 7.
Yeah, they just got Levi's. So clearly they have the advantage. But we're back onto Hacienda. Now FaZe Clan and RRQ. Clearly FaZe Clan is going to be our focus because they are at match point. And RRQ, they're still in the hunt. Chopper on the other side. They saw him. He's navigating around the building. Lapar just right in front of Chopper. He saw the silhouette there. And we have Chopper rather clear in the crosshairs of RRQ. Chopper will go down. FaZe Clan, only 1 player left to try to somehow score the chicken dinner.
Okay, so that was I mean, this is what we actually come for, right? I mean, all of the action, and FaZe Clan really struggling at the moment just because they're so close at ending this whole competition. So the other team still loves to play, I guess. They still don't want to end the night just yet. Here we go. D-Saver versus Alpha 7. Again, Pathogen, probably the only player remaining for the side of D-Saver. We got Squash Boo over here cooking a nade, trying to flush him out in this situation. He throws it in, but again, he wasn't able to hit his target just yet, but he can probably hear all of those footsteps happening from inside the building here, trying to guess and trying to get lucky with the shots, but yeah, I think what needs to happen is for Alpha 7 to raid this building altogether just to get Pathogen.
And Alpha 7, they play with a Carrillo, but still enough manpower for them to finish off the final play of D-Xavier. Out at number 18 with 1 elimination point. So D-Xavier still rooted at page number 2. But on the elimination feed, Doxy got onto it, and now they, on behalf of FaZe Clan, wanting to seek revenge against RRQ.
Ooh, revenge is best served cold. Huh? How do you say that? But revenge is best served in a cold dish. How do you I forgot, like, how do we say it? Are you familiar with that phrase?
I'm not too familiar, but I'm sure it's not best served cold. You know? my ice cream is best served cold, not revenge.
Well, you're absolutely right. Okay, here we go. Revenge is a dish best served cold. So that's how you say it. Okay, all right. Yeah. And it's making me hungry. I get, you know what, with this kind of topic, I guess we're gonna go back to talking about food. So let's not even start because, well, Fourth Rise is a little bit hungry because, well, Noki obviously just ended the life of Federalis.
Well, I'm just saying, if NS Red Force, they smash it, the restaurants are still open. I'm just saying.
Exactly. And, well, BTR, since Federalis is already out, we're looking at 3 more members, and so far we haven't seen them really have an explosive gameplay just yet, so perhaps they're still trying to get the rhythm down, but they need to hurry because, well, we're talking about 3 games remaining, and that's not even sure, you know, that could still change, so perhaps they could give a little something, you know, to the fans.
779, 771. Last player for FaZe Clan. I'm not sure about their chances, so let's see if NS Red Force can actually do it. But if they don't, D plus Kia, still full team. Okay, they are 8 points away from hitting match point. Very, very doable. Although they had 2 chances before this, but yeah, third time's probably a chance for D plus Kia. Now for Alpha 7, they are 155 points now, 15 more points away. Also mathematically doable for Alpha 7. And with the fact that they won that one against D-Xavier, let's see if there will still be games. Now, there will always be this question, right? Will there still be games for it to matter?
Yep. Okay, so far, I guess so good for the remaining teams. Donkey, I believe they're in a fight. At the moment, I'm just checking to see, okay, which teams are they having an altercation with. Okay, so that would be the boys of RQ, I believe. Okay, so if you guys are going to pay attention to the rankings over to the right side, we can see that there are teams that are being highlighted at this point. So those are the teams that are still tanking the blue at stage 2. But yes, we are looking at RQ at the moment. Again, Genfa's already out of the game here. 4 points in the bag for RQ. Pretty aggressive if you ask me. And right now, they do have a chance to assume more because Voindunk is just right up in front of them. But since they are they are still outside of the zone rather, I wonder if they're just going to prioritize to step inside, or are they going to be finishing up this fight outside of the circle. And as for Sem9, they haven't scored any points just yet. You know, they're still rotating. And as for Alpha 7, yes, they will be coming from the northern side of the map.
22 points away from match point. Chicken Dinner, 12 elimination points has to be their target this round. Team Secret, Chicken Dinner, 15 eliminations. Also doable. So I would say up to Team Secret right now, they have a chance of scoring match point. But the fight looks like it's happening now between Fourth Rise and Vampire Esports. Young Radicals in the fight with D plus Care as well. And Smile just got knocked. But on screen, it's going to be Fourth Rise with IQ in this high ground. Right below him is going to be Onzens, but Noki's kind of low. Looks like there's another team behind them shooting.
No key out. So 4 Thrives is not in a very good spot if you ask me. T24 also took a shot here. 4 Thrives down to their last active member. Potentially they can still pick up their teammate, but that's if they can survive, this clash. And 456 is pretty thirsty at the moment. Has been making it rain. So let's see if he is so eager to really dominate 4 Thrives. Is he gonna go for that card chase? But Onzen, however, shuts down Falax. So there's a lot of teams probably surrounding 4 Thrives in this situation.
Yeah, that includes E Arena last we checked. And T24 taken out. 4 Thrives unfortunately eliminated number 17, 2 elimination points this time. Now we are at 16 teams left. And final player of FaZe Clan still tanking the blue. He has been doing so for quite a while now. But NS Red Force in the circle, still a full squad. The biggest challenger to smash it this round.
Oh, it's gonna be exciting. I mean, for now, they are probably avoiding any conflict to happen early at this stage, so they're really waiting it out. I mean, they don't even have to be like really super aggressive because all they need to do is secure a chicken dinner, and that ends the season. And now we're looking at Boindunki again. This guy's just really making it hard, for the other teams to catch up with the number of points and even secure a chicken dinner, but they're going up against Alpha 7. They don't have anything to lose at this point, but Alpha 7, oh man, they do. So they already know what is at stake. And Potato right now making a move up against Alpha 7. Then see if they can really dominate this time. Potato, a little hesitation there, going in for another rotation, but it's a cat and mouse chase so far.
And a bit of a ring around the rosy gameplay here by both sides. Boindunki, last player, gets 2 of Alpha 7 with the S of K. It's going to be Gachon. And they don't have the circle. The zone will start to close down. 2v1. Alpha 7 looking to end this fight quickly so that they can focus into rotating into the circle. But Gachon's not going to make it easy for them. Okay, here comes the shotgun gameplay. It did hit, but not enough damage output yet.
Okay, Gakor moved back, but he still was able to get that nade. So I believe he wasn't even expecting that one to happen. But yeah, that just did. Down to 15 teams. We're looking at Horror Esports at the moment, going up against Vampire Esports. Onzen right now making a move up against Sky. Adds a little bit of BBS, and there goes the jump shot, a 1v1 dance, and Sky was the one who made it out alive, made it to the other side, so to speak. So we're looking down to 14 teams remaining at stage number 3 here in Miramar.
And now it's time for Horror Esports to get in. But BTR will be waiting in front of them. But BTR only has 2 players, so they have the numbers. As for our top suspect here, NS Red Force, they'll be okay at the north. Don't see any other team close by. Doxy with a few warning shots, and that's about it. But they are at the strategy that we will stay away from all the fights, and we'll see you at the very end.
779-771 is about to get into the zone. Okay, again, he is the only surviving member now coming from FaZe Clan. He stopped for a while to heal himself up because he's getting all the toxicity right now coming from the blue zone. E Arena 2 points under their name. They're close to BTR. They're inside the zone over here, so perhaps we can see them really go up against the boys of Bigatron. As for talent, yes, they're still having an exchange up against Horror Esports. Now Sky, as you can see, he is cooking up a nade here. I thought he didn't survive. Okay, yeah. All right. Anyway, back to Jiggle. Is still making a move. Talent Esports, Axel is obviously going to provide some sort of backup, but Sem9 versus Alpha 7 as well happening in another part of town.
Oh, Alpha 7 just got eliminated by Yuhai. Out on screen, it's going to be Horror Esports now versus Talent. Nade onto the other side, it's going to be Jiggle with the high ground advantage. Jiggle M4 gameplay, but 2 players of talent they managed to bring through, but on the higher ground, it's going to be No Fear showing up with no fear at all. One more on the other side. Yep. Circling around. Try to take out the members of Hora Esports, but because they have the numbers, they will eliminate talent. Hora Esports wins this fight. Total of 6 eliminations.
Oh man. Okay, so 11 teams remaining, and we're about to step into stage number 5. So I do wonder where the next circle will land. But so far we're looking at D plus Kia. They're close to Sem9, so obviously they're really gonna go for the battle here. I mean, the fight is inevitable. I mean, only one team could probably step into the zone. I mean, whichever team will survive will then have to deal with the boys of GLU because, well, they're the ones manning the east side of the map over here. But as for Bigatron, we'll probably see them in the next round because they have just been obliterated. Coming off the kill feed, it's Team Secret versus RRQ as well. Lapar is so far away from the rest of the team, which of course begs the question whether or not he can still be picked up.
Yeah, question is probably C Bigatron. Probably. That's the key word. And Red Force, no circle. They're trying to navigate around the map. Looks like they're going to avoid a fight with Sem9 head on, and they're going to rotate up north to come back into the circle, which is a smart move for NS Red Force since their key objective is just to smash it. Now with Baseline officially out, NS Red Force is the only team that's able to end the night.
Turney K, okay. After throwing that nade, well, he got shot by Sleepy Aurora, and now he's looking on the ground. We got Mormon making a move as well up against No Fear. But we're gonna take a look at GLU squad as Noel gets a lot of damage, and now he's blending out. Xbox as well, so they might be losing this fight up against NS Red Force, and there you go, confirmation. KF also out of the match, which means to say that NS Red Force survives the fight, but they're not out of the woods just yet, Sir Cloud, because well, we still got Yangon Galacticos ready to challenge them up as well.
Heavy casualty on the NS Red Force. Only left with 2 players. But on the southern side, here we have Jiggle getting Joker. But Jiggle being shot by C-Cloud from Young Radicals. Oh, that's a long-range shot. Now Sleepy has managed to... Okay, NS Red Force now in the fight with Team Secret. Team Secret might lose GK. XCY gets him. But the rest of Team Secret, they're still looking for XCY. And right now, looks like this fight is still going on as Team Secret will deny NS Red Force. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 4 will surely happen now.
Oh, for sure. But you know what? D plus Kia is still alive. Although they're down to just 3 of their members, but this is still a big chance, you know? And Stage 4 cannot even believe that we're down to, like, only a number of teams. So, again, you know, Miramar is a bit fast-paced for now. D plus Kia shuts down Manparang. Okay, that was brutally done by D plus Kia. They're definitely gunning for that match point, you know, for this round, also being aggressive. But unfortunately, Nobu did not make it, you know, to stage number 5. But D plus Kia, we've seen this guy really clutch it, so it's not impossible at all for D plus Kia to get to where they need to be.
But for Sem9, again, Yuhai, final player left. 2 elimination points collected. It's going to be still rather difficult for Sem9 to reach a match point. But for Yangu Radicals, they are starting to rank up those elimination points. 4 for now for Yangu Galacticos with a arena across. But because they are quite safe in the circle, so I don't expect Yangu Radicals to truly push it yet. Instead, they can wait for E Arena to try to show themselves. But I doubt E Arena would do the same because they now know the direction where Yangu Radicals is shooting from.
Yes, D plus Kia also making a move up against Yuhai over to the northern side for that compound, I believe. Okay, say Cloud's having a little fun, you know, with his teammate. Is trying to hit him with a pan, okay? I mean, like, everyone's just really enjoying and having fun, you know, from inside the battlefield. But let's see if Vikings will have that fun. Now they're up against the RRQ, and you know what? RRQ didn't even blink an eye, you know, just really went in for a kill.
Oh, but RRQ, now they have to win this one against the Vikings. 1 player down. Brick will be eliminated by Lapar. Now, the other three players of the Vikings on the other side, they don't have a good clear view of where RRQ is at. And the pickle will be saved by Asa, while Lapar keeps eyes onto the Vikings. They still try to push through, though. I guess they don't intend to rotate away, and they want to take this fight against RRQ.
This is such a big advantage, for the side of Vikings. I mean, they're playing on an elevation here up against RQ, but Lapar, we know what this guy can do inside the game. So perhaps, yeah, he's waiting for that opportunity. There goes Superman! Just like what I said, Lapar's just really waiting for that opening shot, and he was able to do just that. 6 points now in the pocket for RQ. Again, Genpo's first player to be taken out of the equation over here. RQ seems to be hunting down the remaining players, but Tins was able to inflict damage as well, putting down Lapar. So let's see if RQ can follow through in this situation. But you know what? Wunti's coming into play as well.
His nade did not connect onto RRQ, but Lepico is alerted with the presence of Wunti. That will allow Tins to heal up. Wunti for enough time, but now he's in a 1v1 situation with the Peko, and he will lose that one against the Peko. Not only Tins, the final player of the Vikings on the other end, as the circle shifts and favors Young Radicals. But now Sem9, you hide the final player against D plus Kia. We'll catch him. That is Sem9 out number 6.
You high, now you down. Wow, that was such a great shot, and D plus Kia still showing quite an aggressive gameplay, which we all expect. And now they do have the chance to reach that match point because of this round. We are already at stage 6, and looking at the final 5 teams here. Yangon Galacticos, okay, they've avoided a lot of fights so far, but now it is already inevitable. They will have to deal with the remaining teams here for stage number 6. RQ on screen, trying to put down Vikings. We can see that E-Arena also coming into play over here, and they did throw a lot of nades, shutting down maybe a couple players coming from RQ.
Well, it was RRQ eliminating the Vikings, but now they will face resistance from E-Arena. Here comes Mormon with his nade on to Lapar, but he does not know exactly where Lapar is at. Lapar is still here, right in front of Mormon. Another nade onto the top of this hill, but Lapar is not there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure if Mormon knows that Lapar's just, in front of him, technically. And again, waiting. But such a great shot still from Mormon. Great execution still, coming from E-Arena. And, yeah, I don't think he knows exactly where Lapar is. And obviously, Asa will be picking up his teammate here, so there's a need for Lapar to buy a little time here. 4-5-6, getting close though. He's getting close. And here's the chance for Lapar to retaliate. And he was able to shut down at least one. 4-5-6. Man, he was such a great backup from that situation. Turning K also tried to dance it off and was able to win the fight.
Now it's going to be Nabiko, final player of RRQ, but he stood no chance against the 3 players of the PMSS Southeast Asia Champions E-Arena, as they will lock in this high ground. But it is by the edge of the circle. It might not be valuable by stage number 7. But before we head on to that, it's D plus K now against Yangon Galacticos.
4v3 v3. That is the current situation coming from Yangon, D plus Kia, and E-Arena. We can see that D plus Kia is popping up some smokes over here to conceal their exact location. But you know what? Yangon Galacticos is pretty much prepared for this fight. So let's see how strong of a defense Yangon Galacticos will be showing us now that they're up against a Korean powerhouse, which is, of course, D plus Kia. And you know what? E-Arena will just be chilling, monitoring the situation between these two amazing teams and just gonna wait it out. Just who will be winning the fight.
Or who will get the next circle? It's also going to be an important question to answer. As the circle will shift, we're moving on to the next stage. And will it still be in this compound? If it will land in the compound, then Yangon Radicals will have an advantage. And it looks like they still will have the circle as it shifts into the middle. So now pressure's on for D plus Kia.
Oh man, you're absolutely right. Now Osso is leading the charge on this one. We can see Fabian is looking up, holding on to a nade over here. Same thing goes for Osso. I do wonder if they were able to extract, some useful information over here. It's gonna be tough, it's really gonna be hard here, but that's what we expect to happen. Also still fails to put down any player from Yangon Galacticos, so I think they will have no choice but to go up against them with a full squad.
3v4. D plus can now rushing in. Okay, we're gonna have chips at the forefront. As Yangon Galacticos still holding their compound. I'm looking at E Arena. Okay, they're not interested to be involved in this fight for now. Instead, they're gonna secure the best positions possible within this circle. D plus K, they managed to break through. Myrna is sharing the same building as Chips and Fabian. Fabian healing up with bandages. Canadian also will not connect. Looks like we are in the standoff right now. Both sides in the circle, so they can still hold.
Honestly, if you ask me, I feel like E Arena has the best chance to win this fight just because of their position. I mean, they are holding on to a high ground advantage compared to Yangon and D plus Kia. Yangon having an exchange with D plus Kia, so they've been getting some damage as well. Myrna's boy, as you can see on the screen, is cooking up an 8 here. Fabian was already stepped inside that house. It's going to be a 2v1. But we're looking at Myrna Boy at the moment. Now, that was such a great shot from Oslo, but not enough to put him down. So that is a win for the side of Yangon Galacticos, and with a full squad.
But 3 eliminations and a third spot for D plus K. They should have made enough to meet match point. But now, it's all about who's going to score this chicken dinner. E Arena, 3 players versus a full squad of Yangon Galacticos. And like what you said, E Arena, they do have the best chance. But it might also depend on stage 8, who gets the next phase of the circle. As Mormon, he sees Romeo Boy, he'll force Romeo Boy to back off. 30k, powered by Sega. Looks like the tables might turn.
Yep, that was a significant damage onto the side of the arena, obviously. Putting them at a deficit even more compared to Yangon Galacticos. 4-5-6 trying to even it out, but it's pretty hard, considering the distance. And now we got Mormon cooking up an 8 here. Threw up against the Myrna Boy and was accurate enough to put him down. So, 3v2 technically between Yangon and E Arena.
3v2 with now Yangon Galacticos coming in. Okay, 4-5-6 is going to push into the building. While Momo is going to play the support role from the Tiger, still in the circle. He sees his target. Romeo Boy fires back with a mini 14. Not able to get Momo. But now it's going to be only Sakura here all alone against Yangon Galacticos. Momo might not be able to help as much as he would have liked. But he does have a DBS. Sakura with this DBS, very flexible weapon. Momon makes his move and Smart tries to stop him. Momon is still alright, but down to the last tick of health. Momon arrives in the building, safe and sound.
Oh man, things are already heating up. We've got Master Smile, low in HP over here, so he is already boosted up. Mormon taking in a lot of damage, but it was still Mormon who won that fight up against Romeo Boy. And now they're still hunting down the remaining players up from Yangon Galacticos, still trying to take the advantage over here. But Yangon, they still have the numbers compared to E Arena. Mormon needs to heal up, obviously, so who's going to be winning the fight? Oh!
Ooh, that was so close. But anyway, now Moment down. Yangon Galacticos. It's going to be a 1v1. It's going to be Smile versus Sakura. The clutch man of Yangon Galacticos has to do it against Sakura. But Sakura is going for the pickup. Momo could be back up. It could be a 2v1 unless Smile can rush in time.
Yep, Master Smile already knows exactly what is happening or what E Arena is doing. So that was such a great pickup. Just in the nick of time, we're able to make it. Here comes the drop shot. Master Smile gets the job done, but we're still looking at a 1v1 situation between these two teams. A dance-off that we don't want to miss.
Oh, Smile. It's pretty low on ammunition right now, especially on his MG3. Cooking up this nade. 1v1 against Sakura. Nade lobbed across. Smile has to be extra careful as well. Sakura did lob his own nade. It's going to be an intense 1v1 on who's going to claim this chicken dinner. As Smile reloads, 42 bullets, 37 bullets in the MG3. As Smile hooks up the stage, he sees the target right in front of him. Smile gets it. The clutch man of Yangon Galacticos will not fail.
Hey, this guy is smiling ear to ear, once more securing that chicken dinner. It wasn't an easy feat, for Yangon Galactus. It was definitely hard. It was a long battle between the two remaining teams here, but at the end of the clash, we already know who came up on top, and that would be the boys of Yangon Galacticus.
It is Smile. It has to be Smile again. Bringing the chicken dinner to the team. The man who's able to come up with multiple clutches in a single season. That this guy is still as consistent as we've known him from the Genesis Esports days. And with that, it's going to be 10 eliminations collected by Yango Galacticos, 20 points on the board.
Okay, I love what is happening over here. Did D plus Kia succeed in going through or reaching the match point?
They should have. They should have.
They should have, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so.
they should have.
Whew, okay, man. Again, the competition is getting tighter and tighter. Teams are not making it easy for us to end this season just yet. They're probably showing their fans that, hey, we still got something, to give, for the entirety of this tournament. And it looks to me, if everyone's going to be playing at this kind of pace, I feel like we're going to have a total of 6 matches tonight.
Well, we are heading there. We surely will see game number 4 after this. Okay, but Red Queen's calling 6 matches, 6 full matches. Okay. We will revisit that later on. But now we're going to visit the teams to watch here. Yangon Galacticos with Smile coming up with a clutch towards the end, bringing them the chicken dinner. And we have the PMSS Southeast Asia Champions E-Arena at 2nd place, followed by RRQ and D plus Kia here line up at 4th. But we will need to get a confirmation, the official confirmation, if D plus Kia has made it.
And again, we are looking for that slide to pop onto the screen. But before that, we're looking at Yangon Galacticos and E-Arena here going head-to-head with the official stats. Damage output, not that far, but the elimination points obviously goes to E-Arena. It's a 1-point lead. But again, it's so close to one another, so they do post similar stats here on the screen, if you ask me.
Wow, our MVP came from E-Arena, Moment. 3 eliminations, 722 damage. And at some point, I did thought maybe Moment can actually clutch this one. After he breached through, he was kind of low on health, but he had the DBS. He got 1 or 2 knocks, but he did not come up with a clutch. But that's fine. With the fact that he only had 10% of health when he arrived at Compound, but still able to get 2 for himself. He was very, very close to getting a clutch.
It was an insane fight, altogether. It was a valiant effort coming from E-Arena. Again, they did not really make it easy for Yangon Galacticos to just take the win, And even if Yangon Galacticos did have, the numbers, again, E-Arena gave them their all just to make sure that they can try to turn the tide. But yeah, the other top performers, we got XZY of NS Red Force, we got Tourniquet from E-Arena as well, and Sleepy of Hora Esports.
Yeah, up here is our top performers with 4 different teams as well. Now, the match leaderboard. 20 points for Young Radicals, E-Arena 17, RRQ 12, and D plus 8. So they have done exactly enough to be at 170 points. Match point is for D plus Kia. So now we have at least 3 teams at match point for the next round. For this round, the only team who did not bring in any points at all is Void Donkey. But that means that it will still be on page number 2. As for Talon, 2 points, but that might not change too much for them at the very end of our overall charts. Now, before we go on to that, checking out some of the other match stats, we're going to have another player from Young Radicals here on our stats. That's going to be Romeo Boy with the longest elimination distance.
Yep. And I'm already thinking, okay, like which team I'm gonna be picking next in the next round. It's so far away. I'm just still waiting for the overall ranking. I guess it's fair to say that we still do expect the number to go high. When it comes to throwables used or being used in the match. But here you go, ladies and gents. We already have 3 teams qualified to. For the Smash rule. Again, we got NS being at the top of the charts here, 191, FaZe 184, and D plus Kia just breaking it even, already at 170, so they already qualified. Can Alpha 7 reach 170 in the next round?
So Alpha 7 is 16 points away. 7-9 is 18 points away. So if they have a good round, then it's doable. E-Arena also doable in the next round if any of our top 3 teams don't smash it. But for page number 2, we do have a few movers here. Hora Esports, they move up by 1 notch, now knocking on the door on page number 1. Vampire Esports, they move down by 1. Young Radicals with the Chicken Dinner, they move up 2 notches here at 12th spot right now. But the points are still very close for them to be on page 1 by the end of next round.
All the fans of Yangon Galacticos is really happy at the moment. I can see them really going crazy down there in the comment section, which is of course pretty amazing to see. We'd love to feel the energy coming from our audience. But you know what? More of the action coming from all of our favorite teams when we come back after this short break.
Step into the ring. Let's go. Step into the ring.
we already have 3 teams qualified for the Smash Rules, so things are really gonna get interesting from here then out. And we did expect D plus Kia really catching up, to FaZe Clan and its Red Force. So, I can't wait for the match to start. But hey, we welcome back to the Ruthless Invitational Showdown Season 11 with Red Queen and of course Sir Cloud.
Yeah, now with D plus Cap in the mix, 3 teams can smash it and potentially end the next round. Okay, and it took D plus Cap quite a while, frankly speaking. First round, they didn't score any points. Second round, only 4 points. But this round, 8 points is good enough for D plus Kia to be at match point. We are going to come back to the OG map of Erangel. We're going to leave Miramar behind for now, that is. And let's see if it will be smashed this round. But based on our top Erangel performers, NS Red Force, who is at match point, they are the top performing team in this map.
I feel like for most of the teams, playing in Erangel is easier compared to Miramar, because of the the terrain and the requirements for them to actually win a chicken dinner, when it comes to the biggest map that we have in the competitive scene. And seeing NS Red Force with this stats really dominating Erangel, I do wonder if this will be the game to rule